Welcome back, Monty here, playing more Train Fever. There's no cure for it, I'm stuck with it, and you guys are coming with me. So, I did some stuff. This is the same region that we've been playing in, where we just built the passing loop. My passing loop, of course, because I can't help myself, when you throw a bridge in front of me, I'm going to build it. But I went back, I just did one of the autosaves, I know, it's almost cheating, and rebuilt my pass loop more at that 50% way mark. The big reason I did that was just so I didn't have so much lost time when I'm trying to get the passenger trains going. You might also notice now that I have this second track line next to my original single track. This is actually not a passenger line. There is nothing preventing you from putting cargo trains and passenger trains on the same track. What is great though is that because of this train line, what I had going is I wanted to go ahead and add 2 cargo stations. I did that offline, and what I did was I added a cargo train, basically to transport goods from one city, which is our middle, this Lancheston, our middle city right here. So let's speed this guy up. Well, I don't want to speed it up too much because we're in August 1858. So I skipped ahead probably 3 or 4 years. What I'm hoping for is the L'Obéissant, the nice little passenger truck, is going to come out in 1859. And I'm going to want to talk about how to upgrade your vehicles and also how to deal with traffic problems because of that, because you're going to have slower vehicles running on the same roads as your fast vehicles. Same thing is going to end up happening with the trains. So you can see the new little pass loop. He is now currently waiting for a free path. I have the signals now on the right side of the track. Oh, well, it's always on the right side of the track if you want it to work on this one, but instead of having this train cut left, I have him stay on the right, and then he's going to wait for the train coming from the station up above here to come up and take a left. I just rebuilt this passing loop, so the trains aren't really coordinated very well at the moment. One is still all the way at the station up here. Oh, actually, look, no, he is paused at the moment. See, now I'm not understanding why he's not moving. He has his signal on the right side, so what I'm hoping is because this guy's waiting for a free path. Let's get our train 3 here. This is kind of off track of what I wanted to talk about, but hey, my trains are stuck. We got to deal with it. This guy's waiting for a free path. I'm just going to do the whole let's stop and run and press play. Okay, that seems to debug them. That seems to happen when the trains are on the track and I'm doing the work. Oh, this is actually going to be pretty cool. These trains are going to be almost side by side as they move towards each other, you know, on these 2 tracks. So we can kind of track both of them. This is my goods train. So now that you've seen kind of what I've got going on, let me zoom out and let you see the whole picture. I kept the train line just between these 2 towns. So what I did was I opened these up and put them to the right. That's what I like about this UI, is it's very basic, but you can really click and move around and set it up just the way you like it, just kind of like in that Banished game. So here's our track. We have our passing loop right at about the 50% mark. Once I get more cargo running, I will probably also put a passing loop on the cargo line, which will be nice. So let me show you what I did over here for Eastleigh, or Eastleigh, however you say it, is you'll be able to see that this cargo line splits off, comes around pretty cool around here, around this track. This is going to be for future expansion off to the other town. But this is one of my train depots. I thought it was cool to put the other train depot the other way. So I had my my cargo train come out of here, and he hits up this area. The reason I did this is if you look at your land value, I wanted the cargo train to drop itself off by the industry and the commercial, whereas I want the passenger train to be dropping off next to the residential. And it looks like they actually placed some industrial buildings here automatically. Now, in the future, the industrial buildings will create pollution that does tend to affect the land value of the buildings around it, and it'll be fun to kind of play with that later. So here's our town. Let me turn the land value off, and you can see that I put these 2 towns up here. Notice that you have this cargo item supply. This is showing that both of these towns require or want 32 goods, just like this one wants 21 goods. So our goal as the transportation tycoon that we are, is to get those goods to the cities. Once we provide them with the 32 of 32, hopefully you'll see this. You'll see some of these buildings start to upgrade. And when these buildings upgrade, this is going to be nice because these are going to be the leisure buildings upgrading, is more people are going to start coming, more goods are going to be needed, and then our goods will keep growing in production. So this guy right here is now producing 16 goods. This is the steel mill that wouldn't have worked unless we connected it by this road. So they are going to start creating competition. So if you have, for example, 3 steel mills around this one town, and this town only needs 25 goods, it's not going to all of a sudden have 3 steel mills all producing 25 goods and just dumping 75 goods into the town. Eventually that'll be the case. What it's going to do is make each steel mill not perform as well. It'll kind of do this whole bit where you see the steel mill at 16. The reason for this is, let me show what I'm doing with this cargo line. There's not much out here before this steel mill was brought up, right? So what I did in that case, let me close out these trains. We don't really need to see them anymore. We'll zoom in here. We will follow our cargo guy. It is January 1859, and we unlock the new vehicle, the L'Obéissant. I guess it's French, and pardon my French, because I took only 2 years in high school, and I don't remember it very well. So let's follow this train number 2. This is our cargo guy. He's got 6 of 12 goods. While I have a vehicle open, I want to talk to you about the goods. Depending on the type of cars that you attach to your train, you can collect different types of goods. So for example, this box car allows for wood and goods. Same thing goes for the vehicles. The truck vehicles, they can contain certain whatever resources and not of others. The trains actually have more individual cars for the different resources. The trucks tend to be able to just pile everything in their vehicle. You want to make sure that you take advantage of that. For example, this train is effective. Goods are a very good value. But if I could figure out to have a train line that had him also transporting wood and goods, he's making more money, right? It's just more opportunity. You can't carry more than 12 goods, but it doesn't mean you're limited to just 12 items. You can have 12 goods and 12 wood on this train at once. So make sure you're making use of the full capacity of your trains in your trade route. So while you're planning out your trade route, you're going to want to take that into consideration. I'm going to stick on this train for a little bit. Let him zoom into town. Here he goes. Chugga, 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 chugga. Hey, by the way, Sir Starkey, man, you called it first. We are going to name train number 1 Chugga Chug. Very original, very good. I will name that in a second. Also, let me give my shout outs while we're here looking at these wonderful goods disperse into the city. That's how this train line is going to work here. So let's zoom in and watch him go over the bridge as we enjoy making money and give our daily shout outs. So EMAG, man, you talked about the train upgrade station. This really helped out because what I was curious about is, like, when you delete a train station that has a single line, you know, I was having an issue of you can't just add another line to the train station. However, when you delete a train station, the tip was and suggestion was that you'll see a little timer, and I will see this eventually live. But what happens is you have so much time to place another station, so I say pause the game and the timer won't run out, where you get a heavily discounted price on the next train station you place in that same spot. So you can delete a station and add another one, but it does require some weird finagling of that sort. Who else? DestructoCat Gaming, man. You've been watching from the beginning. Thanks it. More. Rawr. I'm bringing it. I've really been hooked on the game, so you guys, thanks for watching. Keep the comments coming. Archer Steve, all you guys, longtime fans, new fans, all alike. I appreciate you all. It's very fun. I enjoy making these games. I enjoy you guys watching. I enjoy sharing my experience because these games are awesome, and it's awesome to hang out and play them and learn them, but I want to share my experience. I want to share with you guys these awesome cities that we build up and these awesome passing loops, epic passing loops. So that's how we have this. Now, speaking of the woods and goods, that's what I did over here. And this goes back to some of Herrick's comments and suggestions on, why don't I put a train station, where where the goods are already going. Well, guess what? I took some advice on that, and it is working out fabulously. So here's a great example of, here's a forest. So this is where I'm getting my lumber. I have right up here the lumber mill, or the sawmill, which is going to be turning that into goods. So as you can see, this forest production here is going to decide how much production is going to actually be done at the sawmill, because there's only 39 logs available, so you can only produce 39 goods. And then those goods come back and get distributed to Lansington and Eastlay, which is what's keeping these guys at a full cargo supply. Now, here's what I want to fix. Maybe not this episode, probably next episode, but it is goods related. Newport, look at this poor city up here. It's got 0 out of 27. So that means it's got buildings. They want goods. They want to be part of the 1859 boom, big boom. But they can't. They have no goods here. So what I can do is connect, say, this good here, or even better yet, I have a new plan in this mission. I want to make this sawmill right here, I mean, just epic. It's already 37 out of 50, but I want this to be my lumber mill hub right in the center, and I'm going to distribute these goods out to all the cities that don't have goods to see how much we can really affect these two factories and really upgrade them. I think we're going to have a lot of success with it. So once we have more money, we have 1.45 million. We're making pretty good money, but I want to pay back down to $1 million. I don't like having a ton of debt. I was up to $5 million in debt because of all these new tracks. The cargo line cost me a lot of money, but if you take a quick look at my money, you can just click on line to organize it by line. Line 2, I've got to fix. I know. That was my initial, let's test out how the oil's going to work down here. My plan here was just to show you how to build a line and to show you that by connecting it, it will make it start working. This oil well out here should be doing nothing, but it's actually producing a good amount at this station, and the trucks are moving. I want to do some additions and things and change some things to make it a little bit more effective here. I did add another road here, which is allowing these goods from this oil to also supply Wigton. That addition of this road actually is what promoted the growth of this well, because this guy needed more oil, so this guy could provide it in a faster time than this guy could at the time. However, when this oil well upgrades and can produce 50, I think it's going to really hurt this oil well out here, because this guy's going to be able to supply both this oil refinery and this oil refinery, which is powering up Kirkby and Ashfield. So there's a lot going on. We've got a new train available, the Borsig. It is 1860, so we've got new trains, new cars. We're kind of getting an idea of how the goods work in the towns. I want to see, look, we're at 1.22 million. We're making good money. So as soon as I fix line 2, and look at this train line 2 right here. Let's go troubleshoot him a little bit. He's just not making enough money that he used to be. He used to make a lot of good money when I started him out. So he's losing, only 352. It wasn't K, it was only $352. He was losing chump change, right? So back to here, I got a little bit distracted. You can see, this is a perfect example. You can see the speed, let me slow that down. Here's the speed of the good without a car. These goods are just going to the town on their own. This is the speed of the road vehicle. It's a little bit faster with these carriages, but obviously when you get buses and bigger trucks and things like that that can really haul the goods, it's really good to get a transportation line put into place to really take advantage of this. Now, these guys can hold coal, iron ore, wood, oil, goods. For this example, just pretend one of these carriages is a train car here. And these train cars are only going to be able to hold these goods are actually disappearing because the train is stuck here. I know what happened here, my loop. I accidentally switched this guy to stay only a full load, only if there's a full load of goods, but the problem is he'll sit here so long that the goods will actually start disappearing, and I guess it's because they have some timeline before they go bad or whatever. I could be completely wrong on that aspect, but I noticed while just holding onto this train that it had 7 goods, now it has 6 goods. Maybe the goods decided to go take another path as well. but I think they just get lost. So what I want to do is keep this guy moving, and the goods will keep packing up. See, what they do is you see them pop here, they disappear, and what they do is they pop up down here. So you can actually see the line of goods building up. You can click on the station and see how many goods are here. So what I'm trying to do is get a, pretending that these carriages are cars, box cars for the train, is because they can then only carry wood and goods. And that's all these guys are working on. They bring this wood from this mill is being transported automatically on its own. It was going all the way up to this sawmill, no problem. However, now I put this station and this station up here, which I'll zoom in so you can see that that's actually a sawmill and a station. And the purpose was to bring the goods from the south, Launceston South. Instead of having all the goods go to the city right here, I wanted the trucks to drive them over to the train station, so then they would drop into the train station and the train would take them on his way. One thing I know I need to do is up my line rate, because the frequency is very slow. So these goods are kind of going like, hey, I could go here, but I'd rather go to this town if the demand is there. It's going to take a little bit. Also, this line by this steel mill providing Eastleigh actually created some problems because it lowered the demand of what's on the train. But realize, once I get this train cooking with like 12 of 12 or 24 of 24 goods, it is going to just make, it makes like 300, 400K per trip. It's a really big money maker. Transporting goods with your trains is a really, really good thing. So here you have it, man. This is it. I don't want to keep stretching these episodes out too long. I think we covered a lot. We covered the cities. We covered a cargo train line, which, hey, sorry I built some stuff offline. Also, give me some comments too. Do you like it? Sometimes I like to kind of stage an episode where I build it out a little bit so I have something more to talk to directly. But I also don't want to skip out on some of the important parts of building and things like that you guys might want to watch as well. So sometimes I'll leave it in, sometimes I'll leave it out and skip it. It looks like our passenger trains are doing really well. They're always 12 of 12. Oh, excuse me. We have to maybe add some cars, some more passenger cars, or even upgrade our train system completely. We do have new engines and new cars available. So it's looking good, looking good, looking great. So we have new missions. Next time we want to extend. We want to help out. Look at these beautiful cities, man. You got to really kind of zoom in and see how they look. We've got those buildings have finished upgrading. Looks like we've got some more industrial stuff going on. Oh, also, I will probably do one online next episode, but I want to build bus stations to connect all the land use areas in here. I didn't like using the original carriages from 1850. I kind of wanted to build out our resource hubs and train lines, and now that we have the upgraded faster vehicle, we can throw that guy onto this track. But before I go, I did say I was going to talk about it. We do have an existing train line down here. So if I buy a road vehicle, we now have this guy. This is the L'Obéissant. It's built by the French Amédée Bollée. This steam omnibus was able to run bigger distances. Example is from Le Mans to Paris. So it holds 6 passengers and it's a little bit faster. So I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy one for now. And I'm going to set it to line 1. As you can see, this is our passenger line here. We're going to close out of this guy, and let's take a cruise. Vehicle 18, Vehicle 18. And don't think I forgot about you. Sir Starkey, I'm going to name train 1 Chug-a-Chug. Alright, there we go. I'm going to turn these things off. I'm going to turn the cargo off just because it adds all those little icons and junk everywhere. So realize when this guy catches up to the carriages, he's going to be wanting to run them over. And our carriages only have a 15-year lifespan anyway. So I'm going to build out some new of these, I still call them bus stations even though they're carriages. I'm going to build some more of these bus systems in the different towns now, especially the ones that have the trains connected. Help kind of promote inner city travel. And then also in this bus line over here, I'm going to remove the other carriages from the line so we don't have any traffic problems. So again, guys, thanks for all the positive comments. Thanks for watching. Keep the comments coming. Until then, keep on training. See you guys next time. Peace out.